United Artists Channel 63 presents the United Artists Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week.
From Troy Athens High School, it's the second annual Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Competition. Hello everybody, I'm Joe Abramson along with Wayne Wilson of the Oakland Press, and we have the second annual Slam Dunk and Three-Point Contest here today, Wayne, and a lot of good dunkers and three-point shooters. The big upset of the day so far, the defending champ in the three-point, Jasper Ocampo, not even in the finals. I guess you look for Wade Crawford of Southfield Lathrop or maybe Thomas McGee of Pontiac Central in the finals of the three-point.
Yeah, you've got to figure on those guys, but one of the bigger surprises was Ruben Cordova from Oakland Catholic. Him and Wade Crawford tied for the top score in the preliminaries with 17.
Okay, now in the dunk contest, there were three guys returning that made the finals last year. Two of them are back in the finals, Aaron Brown of Groves and Mark Chappelle of Southfield Lathrop. I guess they'd be the favorites going into the dunk.
It would seem that way. The third guy, Dana Price, was the top returning vote getter, and Dana missed his first dunk, and by that time he was a little too far out of it, although his second dunk wasn't that bad. I think he was trying to break the backboard and concentrated a little bit too much on that.
Yeah, I guess Freeman Jones then would be the third favorite now.
Yeah, in fact, I thought he was the favorite going in, just because during the games he's a great dunker, but it's another thing here in being creative, and it's totally different atmosphere because you're not dunking over anybody.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll be right back with the slam dunk and three-point competition.
I'm a counselor, and I've worked with teenagers for 12 years. Along with their friends, they're making tough choices every day, like whether to drink or smoke or experiment with sex. I've learned that for them, the key to dealing with peer pressure is self-confidence. Parents can do more than anyone else to build that confidence and make sure they don't smoke. Here are some of the ways you can help. Show interest in their activities, compliment their achievements, whether they're on the first team or the third string. Respect their individuality, their need for independence. Help them set realistic goals. And when things go wrong, avoid personal criticism. Focus on the problem instead. Show your teenagers you love and respect them. It's one important way you can strengthen them to help make the right decisions.
Everybody needs help talking to their kids sometimes. Call for your free booklet on how parents can talk to their teenagers about smoking and other tough issues. The Family Course Consortium believes smoking shouldn't be a part of growing up.
We're back. With me are George Vanderwhite, the president of the Troy Community Coalition, and Marianne Solberg, the director of the coalition. George, this is the second year for the dunk and three-point contest, and the coalition's put it on both years. Tell us a little bit about the coalition.
Well, the coalition is a group that is formed to prevent alcohol and drug abuse. It was formed shortly after last year's slam dunk. Since that time, we've been awarded a grant by the federal government, and we've been able to hire an executive director so that we have some full-time person helping us organize community groups, organize the community. We've been doing a needs assessment to find out what this community needs in terms of prevention. So we're really enthused about the possibilities because we do have a full-time staff person now. And the community coalition is growing. There are new members joining all of the time. We're really on a good high, we think.
Marianne, what are some of the things that you've done over the past year as the director?
Well, I've only been on board since August, but what we're trying to do is bring every possible area of the community together. Whether you represent the city or the schools or a service club or a church or a youth, we'd like you to join the coalition. We want the entire community to come together to address the issues that are really beginning to cause many problems in our society.
And of course, the dunk contest makes it like a fun event where you can get the message out. Looks like it's going to get bigger and better every year.
Well, we hope so. It's, as you said, a very positive, good, clean, structured event, and we can get a message out. We can give the coalition some visibility, and we can also earn a few bucks so that we're able to do a few more programs too.
Okay, a very worthy cause, putting on a very fun event here in Troy. We'll be right back after this.
Just a reminder, that kids who participate in high school sports tend to go a little farther than those who don't.
We're back at Troy Athens, and right now we're going to go to the floor and listen to former NBA star Spencer Haywood talking to the crowd.
To speak with you for a little while. Hello. Are you enjoying yourself? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I started high school ball here in the state of Michigan. I played with Pershing High School, was Michigan's first All-American, first team. And from there, I went away to the U.S. Olympics, played in the 1968 Olympics, won a gold medal. I know CBS is telling y'all that Alonzo Mourning is the only kid that ever tried out when he was 18. I had won the gold medal at 18. The truth shall be spoken. And from there, the University of Detroit, where I was an All-American, averaged 31 points and 21 rebounds a game. And from there, I went into the pros, had an illustrious career for the first 9 years of my career. And then I decided to try drugs, cocaine, to be specific. Cocaine. Nowadays, you're calling it rock, you call it crack. Cocaine. I thought it was going to, you know, make me fit in, make me be a part of something special. I remember one night going out, I was with the Lakers at the time. I went out to this party in the Hollywood high fashion district, and all of a sudden everybody there was drinking and doing drugs. So I thought, well, let me fit in, let me just be like these people, let me be hip, real cool. So I decided to change my lifestyle. And that change cost me. So I'm saying to you, don't even try it. That's drugs, alcohol, all of them in the same bag. Don't even try it. Drugs, alcohol, they're all the same. So let me tell you what it cost me. The all told is about $12 million just to get high. Because at that time, I was the premier power forward in the game. Was averaging 26 points and 13 rebounds. 26 points and 13 rebounds, the power forward of the game, of the age. At mid-season, I was down to 12-5. And at the end of the season, 7 months later, mind you, 7 months later, brother, I was down to 5 points and 3 rebounds and literally had to be rolled off the court. So you talk about losses, those are losses that you can really count on and talk about. And I still was in denial. Magic would lay a pass in my hand, and instead of me making a layup, I kick the ball out of bounds and I would say, doggone it, Magic, you got to stop putting a lot of spin on the ball, brother. You know? So all the things that if you're sitting up here wondering, well, maybe I should try it one day later or something like that. Well, I've tried it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. I've tried it for you, all of it. You don't have to try it. And that's my theme, is don't even try it, because it's going to get you. One way or the other, it's going to trick you. If it don't trick you with the drugs and the alcohol, it's going to trick you with the sex addiction. It's going to trick you with a lot of other things. You know, we got AIDS out here right now. And it's very serious. These are serious times. We need very serious young people. We need strong parents to lead these young people. It is very important because do you know we're going into the 21st century and we don't have a working staff to maintain our workload because we are busy getting high. By the grace of God, I've been clean for 8 years, one day at a time. And by doing what I'm doing here now, helping you, I help myself. That is called the 12th step. We have a program 1 through 12. The 12th step is you can't keep it unless you give it away. And I have to give it to you. I have to tell you the truth about it. So I want you all to enjoy yourself, participate, but please don't even try it. And most importantly, it's not the basketball game, it's the classroom. That is the most important energy and the most important effort you got to put forth about your life, because we need high-tech people. We need engineers. We need more doctors. We need more, well, lawyers. Yeah, okay. We need more. We need you to participate. And we would love to have you to participate, because if you don't participate, we old people don't have a future, because you are the caretakers of the future. So I just want to thank you all for allowing me to come out and say a couple of words to you. And I always enjoy being around young people, because I know that's where I gain my clearest sobriety and my best sobriety. And you parents, I thank you for supporting these young people. And I thank the coalition for having me. And again, the officers, thank you. And all of y'all. So have a nice time, and let's get back to having some fun. I just had to drop this serious note on you. Thank you.
Here from Spencer Haywood, former NBA star. We'll be right back with the finals of the slam dunk and three-point competition.
Jerks. Ref, wanna watch that? Hey! Nice stinking work.
Would you act like this at a high school game? If you were the only fan in the stands?
Nice way to play. That's beautiful.
Next time, pretend you are.
We're back here at Troy Athens, about ready to start the three-point finals. Real quick, we're going to go over the names of the finalists in the three-point contest. Tied, as we mentioned in the open, Wade Crawford and Ruben Cordova with 17 points for the top score in the finals. And you've got David York of Novi, Christian Emmert, Walled Lake Central, Thomas McGee of Pontiac Central, Matt Lohman of Andover, Hassani Gardner of Southfield, Andrew Boyd of Our Lady of the Lakes, Pat Nadeau, Waterford Mott, Southfield Christian's Billy Bolt, Kimball's Pat Hughes, Brother Rice's DJ McAloon, and the hometown guy, Troy Athens' Ryan Fox. We're going to go over the rules real quick, Wayne. 5 racks with 5 balls, 25 shots, just like the NBA, except a little bit closer.
There's no red, white, and blue ball, but it's still a 2-point basket.
Exactly. That last ball is worth 2 points. And, of course, if anyone wants to set any records, they're going to have to get 26 points to break Jasper Ocampo's incredible 25 last year.
Yeah, actually, that was quite a feat, but back to you.
All right. Well, we're going to get ready to go now. Very in. Ryan Fox and DJ McAloon are going at it right now.
You can't overlook the fact that Fox is shooting in his home gym. I mean, he knows this place. Plus the lighting, maybe it's just me, but I think the lighting's kind of different here as opposed to other gyms around the county.
Well, we mentioned, Duke and Fife, probably maybe the best player in the county, has struggled in this gym. So, there's something weird about this gym.
As he struggled here last year and this year in the preliminaries, and as a matter of fact, Clarkson was upset here by Troy Athens.
A game that people saw on United Artists. DJ McAloon, might want to mention, played JV most of the year for Brother Rice, only a sophomore. A lot of pressure on him, doing a great job just to get into the finals.
I'm glad you said he was on JV, because I didn't recognize that name at all from games I'd seen this year.
That's right, you do go to a lot of games. Didn't see it many Brother Rice games, though.
But when I was there, I didn't see DJ.
Oh, okay. And we got about 7 seconds left. And they're both going to get both their final shots off. And DJ ends up with 12 points unofficially. Fox ends up with 12, or 14, I'm sorry. Unofficially. We have judges that check on whether guys puts on the line, whether he gets the shot off in time, things like that.
Well, both those scores are pretty impressive when you consider. Actually, all the preliminary scores are impressive too, because there's guys that had 10 and didn't even make it, like Jasper Ocampo from last year. And last year, 13 made the finals, and boy, the last 5 scores were 9 points or lower.
Well, when you look at it, too, we talked about Ocampo winning with 25, which was just a ridiculous score. But second place was 16 points, which is a very reachable score for anybody. We're going to go now to the second set of finalists. Pat Hughes from Kimball, a player we saw a lot on United Artists this year, and Billy Bolt from Southfield Christian.
Billy started out the season real hot, and toward the end he's tailed off a little bit. We have a problem here, a brief delay.
Yeah, a little delay getting the...
So let's talk about Billy Bull. He looks like he'd be on Beverly Hills 90210 with those sideburns and those shorts.
Yeah, let's hope he's a better athlete than those guys, because they don't look like they're much athletes on that
Exactly.
show.
He's probably got a better jumper than them.
Yeah, well, let's see now. You being at the Oakland Press, you talked to the all-knowing, the all-seeing Cosmo. What did he have to say about this contest?
Well, he said Wade Crawford was one to watch. But he was kind of quiet after that. Actually, he picked Jasper Ocampo, but Wade Crawford was the one he really liked from the get-go. He likes those lefties, so you might want to watch out for Thomas McGee, too.
Yeah. All right, well, you know, I thought that I saw Cosmo sitting over in the stands somewhere. We'll try to point him out to you later.
Yeah, he might have been here. At this point, both these guys are at around 4 points. You're going to have to pick it up a lot.
Yeah, Pat Hughes, 6'5". You'd think he should have been in the dunk contest maybe, but I know he is one of the better players. Plays for Tom Daniels at Kimball.
And on the other end, we have Billy Bull, who is now at 7 points.
His coach, Steve Burke from Southfield Christian.
Yeah, they play in that MIAC league with Oakland Christian and Mike Carter, who kind of surprised some people and got to the finals of the dunk. He's only 6 foot, but he had a couple nice ones.
You know, we're getting down to the final seconds here. Hughes has 11. It looks like he might be stuck on there with the final 2-point foul. He ends up with 11. Bolt ends up with 11.
Both got stuck on 11. Both had a chance to bury their two-pointer at the end. I don't know if you've noticed, actually it might just be me, but it seemed like all the players in the early going were having problems with the corner shots from either baseline. They didn't seem to hit too many. Mostly from the wings and the top is where they got hot.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but I think those are easier shots myself, from the wings and the top. But then again, all shots are hard.
And maybe just because you have the backboard back there, but it seems like there was a large amount of air balls and just plain misses.
That could be that lighting you were talking about again. Built-in excuse, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're going to come up now with Pat Nadeau of Waterford Mott, coached by Ralph Grubb, a coaching legend.
But he was a legend at Pontiac Central, not at Mott.
But he's still a legend.
And we have Andy Boyd at the other end. There he goes.
Lady
right
of the Lakes, Coach Mike Boyd.
Yeah, that's his dad. Andy's the last of 5 children to be coached by Mike.
So does that mean Mike's going to retire, or is he just going to now?
No, he's just going to wait for grandchildren, I guess. But his oldest grandchild is living up in Alaska, so unless Mike's going to move to Alaska, it might be a while before Andy and Mike Jr. and some of the other ones can start popping out puppies, as we say. Can you say that on TV?
Well, you just did. So. Okay. Right now, he's doing all right. He's got 6 points.
Yeah. And he hits a 2-pointer, so he's all set. Andy's kind of an all-around athlete over at Lakes. He led him to well, he played catcher on the state championship baseball team. He was on the football team that made the playoffs. He's on the basketball team, and very much within reach of the lead. He's even adjusting the ball rack over there, and he's got plenty of time to get all 5 shots off.
Yeah, down here, Pat Nadeau's just having everything rim out, not getting hot.
See what we said about that corner shot, though. Andy missed all 5 of those. He was stuck on 11.
Yeah, that's 3 11s in a row, and then Nadeau wins up with 8.
Which means Ryan Fox's 14 is looking good right now. Maybe it's that home cooking he's got here.
Yeah, Ryan Fox, you know, Coach John Kroll worked with him here a lot in Athens. I'm sure he's ready. And actually in second place, DJ McAloo from Brother Rice.
Which is really quite a surprise.
Yeah, the JV guy, you know, Frank Carrico calls him up for the playoffs, but other than that, he never saw varsity action. I don't know, maybe Carrico should have had him up a little sooner.
You can second guess the coaches. I don't want to do that.
I wouldn't second guess him. He'd fire me.
Okay. Hassani Gardner, I really like him. I saw him play against Pontiac Central, and he was shooting over the bigger guys. He just came down and drilled a couple triples. He's got a real nice touch, real nice form. He looked good in the preliminaries, too.
His coach, Harry Vandenberg, he's going up against Matt Lohman from Andover. And you tell him who that coach is, because I can't pronounce it.
Let's just call him Eddie O.
Eddie O? Right.
Okanowski or something. I should know because he was our Dream Team Coach of the Year this year. Well, heck, they had a heck of a year. They had a winning season. They won a district both for the first time since 1978. And, well, they didn't win the league, but they're playing with a bunch of Class A teams. And as I mentioned, this Hassani Gardner's getting real hot.
Let's say Hassani Gardner's going to be in the lead in about 10 seconds here. Well, as I say that, he stops making shots.
There he goes. Oh, he's back on track.
He's got 13. He's 1 out lead, but, you know, not to be overlooked with 11 points over here is Matt Lohman. This is a great
Well, Gardner's our first place winner now, or is in first right now.
And Lohman's going to be in second if he can hit a couple shots off that last rack.
Exactly, and Gardner's doing about this correctly. He's a little bit more on the wing instead of the baseline. He moved his rack up a little bit. And he's going to finish with 17, 19.
Bowman ends up with 14. He's tied for second place. And again, let's point out that 19. It's not the score that won last year, but it would have easily been second place. So it is a tough score for everybody else to beat. And we've got 5 shooters left.
Yeah, it's going to be real hard to beat, but you know, Christian Emmert, Tom McGee, David York, Wade Crawford, Ruben Cordova, they're all very capable of that. Cordova, quick little guard. In fact, he shoots so fast he might be able to get off 60 shots in 60 seconds.
All right, coming up here,
we got Christian Emmert out there on the right.
All right, now he plays for Steve Emmert at Walled Lake Central. I'm guessing that's a relative.
Yeah, that's his father. And you can tell he's a coach's son. He's over there straightening out the ball racks.
There you go. And David York from Novi, Coach Bob Shoemaker's been there quite a few years.
Actually, I think we have a problem here. I don't think these guys are supposed to be shooting already.
I was going to say, I thought McGee
should be shooting before York because York was in 3rd place coming into this.
Well, they all had, yeah, that is.
That's probably
why we're not moving. Yeah,
probably what the delay's about.
Yeah, I think if you look right behind us, somewhere in there, isn't Cosmo? There he is.
There he is, right there.
Okay. For all those people who wondered who Cosmo is, we just showed him to you.
He was unmasked today here at Troy Athens. Oh, and here comes Tom McGee out to replace David York.
That's right. Tom McGee, who's from Pontiac Central, Coach Ernie Hill, one of, I guess he was a dream team member in Oakland County, probably even one of the top 3 players, one of the leading scorers in Oakland County anyway.
He was also All-State today, according to the Free Press. In fact, he was captain, I believe, of the Class A team. Tom signed early with Rice. Rice's coach has since left and taken the job at Wichita State, though. I was talking to Tom's dad this morning, though, and probably going to stay at Rice. It's too much of a hassle to transfer anyway. If you transfer and you get released from your letter of intent, you still have to sit out a year. If you don't get released, you have to sit out 2 years. So,
at which point you're behind everybody.
Exactly. And Thomas McGee's really come on in the last year, and I don't think sitting out would be too good for him.
He seems to be the kind that's a streak shooter, so if he starts to hit a couple, he could probably get on a roll.
I don't even know if he's a streak shooter. Every time I've seen him, he's been consistent. One of the most amazing performances I saw this year was against Pontiac Central in the districts. He had a bad right ankle, which is his jumping leg, because he's left-handed, and he hit 9 of 14 triples, and he was double-teamed and knocked down and everything else. It was just incredible.
Wow. But I'll tell you, right now, it's Emmert over here, Christian Emmert, with 6 points ahead of McGee. The reason I said about McGee was I noticed in the first round, when he started to hit a couple in a row, it just kept going for him. And we'll see right now, he just hit 2 in a row. He's got 7. See if he starts hitting, and he's still just rimming them in and out. There's one.
Exactly. You can tell both of these guys are coaches' sons. The same shot every time, very fluid. They've probably been shooting this way since they were 10. McGee's at 12 all of a sudden. If he can hit a couple of these from the baseline, there we go.
Probably not going to get the final shot off. He's got only about 2 seconds left. He's not going to get that last shot off.
He'll get it off, and they'll count it.
And it doesn't go in. But McGee ends up with 13 points.
Not too.
Emmert ends up with 10. That's not bad.
Not bad for McGee, considering he just ran off the bench and started shooting all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was a little confusion there, but now we're down to David York. This time is in there.
And see who's shooting on the other end. Probably
Ruben Cordova, I would think, although he and Crawford are tied. They might want to go with York by himself and let the 2 guys that were in the lead.
Yeah, might do that too. I remember last year, Mad Donkey had to shoot by himself. In fact, we've got a delay because one of the ball racks was knocked over.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, I just heard them announce Ruben Cordova, so I guess he is going to go now.
There goes Ruben, so that means Wade Crawford will be by himself.
Yeah, Ruben Cordova from Oakland Catholic, Coach Bob Johnston.
Ruben was also a vital part of that football team. He's so quick. It's the thing coaches hated about him the most.
Well, you know, those football players always make the best basketball players, don't they?
If you say so.
Just thinking of Duke and fight.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Although in that case, it'd be a basketball player making a good football player.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Cordova's pretty cool. He's got 1. If he gets in that groove he did in the preliminaries, he'll be real tough. In the meantime, York has got 6. Must be something about that water in Novi, because I know last year Mike Somerton finished tied for 2nd with 16, and he was from Novi too. And perhaps their best 3-point shooter, Jason Walker, didn't get in the contest this year. I talked to Bob Shoemaker, the coach over there, about that, and he just said that figured it was something he could honor the juniors with each year, give them a chance to get here. So.
Makes those juniors happy when they come back for their senior year.
They're both going to get all their shots off, but neither is in striking distance of the leader.
Yeah, that's, to go from 17 to, well, it looks like 8 points for Cordova. That's a pretty big slip, and 8 points as well for David York. And we have the final guy, Wade Crawford from Southfield Lathrop, Coach Bob Herb. And I know you said you picked Wade Crawford at the beginning of the season to win this thing, and after what I saw him do to my alma mater, I'm picking him to win it too.
That was an incredible shot he hit against Brother Rice in the districts. There's probably about 5 fouls that weren't called before that point in the last 15 seconds, but Crawford ended up with the ball, drilled the triple from the right side.
Great shot. I mean, won it at the buzzer, won the district title, first district title for Coach Herb, and shows it wasn't a lucky shot because the guy got tied for the top score in the preliminaries.
When you watch Wade shoot, he's got such a strong wrist. He doesn't really even jump. It's more of a set shot, which is what. There he's blowing my theory to bits about shooting from the baseline. He can throw out of his first 5.
Well, you know what? I just figured out what it is. Number 9.
Okay, exactly. He does have those strong wrists, though. Like I was saying before, he's more of a set shot, which is. Everybody says you need in a competition like this because you can get off your shots much quicker.
Well, and not just that, it saves your legs. If you got to jump a lot, by the time you get to that 5th rack, you're a little tired and you're going to be a little short on your shots.
Exactly. He had a problem getting the ball out of the rack for that last shot.
Got plenty of time, though.
He's going to win this thing going away, it looks like.
Oh, well. I don't know. He's going to have to catch up with Sonny Gardner.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't see the 19. I saw the 14 from Matt Loman. Forgot about that 19.
Yeah, but it's an all-Southfield thing, although right now he's not even in second. Well, he started off hot.
Boy, he tired out.
Yeah, which, like you said, to get that 5th rack, sometimes that happens. And he ends up with 13, and that means that Sonny Gardner from Southfield High, unofficially anyway, is the 3-point champion.
I think I learned one of those valuable lessons about being on TV and not putting your foot in your mouth too soon about winning and going away. But, hey, it's the first time around, so at least I haven't stuttered yet.
Right, and, you know, well, I don't know how many times you put your foot in the mouth in the paper, and Cosmo does all the time. I know you don't.
Exactly. That's hard to put your foot in the mouth in the paper because you have a way.
Put your pen in your mouth?
No, but you have such a long time to read it over, so you can take anything out that's questionable.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, we're going to have a little time now before the slam dunk contest. They're going to let the players come back out and warm up a little bit. So we'll be right back on United Artists right after this with the finals of the slam dunk competition.
We all grow up. Along the way, learning from whomever is willing to teach us. And it's interesting, isn't it, how today our eyes get opened and minds get broadened, where our heroes come from and dreams begin. And as television grows up with us, maybe the secret lies not so much in trying to know what tomorrow will bring, but just in making sure we know someone who does.
We're back here at Troy Athens for the finals of the slam dunk competition. Real quickly, we're going to go over the rules for the players.
Once again, players will get 2 chances. We will go.
Right now, we'll go over the finalists. Coming in first in the preliminaries, Aaron Brown of Groves, then Mark Chappelle of Lathrop, Freeman Jones, Pontiac Northern, Paul Grant from Brother Rice, Scott Zach from West Bloomfield, Mike Carter from Oakland Christian, Dave Chapansky from Lamphere, and Jason Hansen of Seaholm. They'll go in reverse order, Hansen going first. Now we'll take a look at those rules we were talking about for the dunk contest. No props, blindfolds, none of that Cedric Ceballos stuff.
Safety first.
No stick'em, absolutely. Dunks rated on a 1.0 to 10.0 scale. And you see the rest of them, we're getting ready for the dunk, so we're not going to read the rest of that because Jason Hansen's about to do the first dunk. And Jason Hansen from Seaholm, a school a little more known for its football program, but still, he's out here to prove that not all movie titles are true.
Actually, there's 3 guys out here to prove that, but I'll shut up here while he dunks.
And that's pretty impressive.
I think he got the crowd going with that, without a doubt.
Hansen, we should mention, too, was the only guy here today that participated in both the dunk and the 3-point.
Obviously, he made it to the finals in the dunk.
Not in the 3-point, but figures he did it all for his team all season. He was pretty much the whole show, so he'd be the whole show here, too.
Okay. It should...
Oh, there we got up.
I think we should point out what Jason's in 8th place. Oops, here's a score. 26.5, and that doesn't get the fans
but you know, these judges on this side, you guys, you and your buddies are a little. You guys have been nicer, but now that they've got all these judges over on the right that are all getting in on it together, I think.
Those judges on the other end were tough. They got booed a couple times, especially on Mark Chappelle's dunk.
Dave Chapansky from Lamphere. His coach John Dooley excited about that one.
He was one guy I was hoping wouldn't make it to the finals just because I can't pronounce his name, but it was a real nice dunk.
I'll tell you, he looked good in the preliminaries, too. He had some real nice stuff.
He looked real nice. You'll pass to yourself right here.
See old...
and boom, baby.
Look at that. Terrence Stansbury did that a few years ago in the NBA dunk contest. See, there it is. Throw to yourself, catch it, and dunk it. Gets it through. Doesn't hang on a lot,
easy as that.
Looks good. I can't do it.
He was worried about getting the technical, so he got let go.
Yeah, because you get suspended from the next contest, I think, if that happens.
If you get a couple of them. Here's Mike Carter. He kind of got the crowd going with his dunk in the preliminaries. His second one. He stood with his back toward the basket of the free throw line, bounced it between his legs off the backboard, turned around, put it in. He would have scored higher, but the ball kind of rattled around a little bit.
Of course, I mentioned that sometimes there's not enough air in the ball. It just doesn't bounce high enough. But a la Kenny Smith, he used to do that.
Exactly.
He's from Oakland Christian, who had to mention his coach, Ed Melberg. He scored 52.2 in the first round. And now the score for Hansen has been changed. It's 55.3. I thought that was a little low because you get about a 26 in the first round because you only get half the judges. In the finals, you have all the judges, so it's about double.
Exactly. Perfect score right here is 60, and the preliminaries is 30.
Now, do these scores, these are added on?
Yeah, they're all added on. Everything carries over.
Yeah. Unlike the three-point. Three-point is just that round.
Exactly.
Hey, see some of the judges and the tabulators. There's the judges. You're doing it all today. You're the man.
Well, I'd rather not admit that I'm a judge with the way the crowd's treating them. But hey, I've been pretty lenient today. I've given out a couple 10s.
Right, see Joe Ballard, Jim Toth, Marty Budner, Campy Russell, who I don't see here
didn't
today.
Show up today. He supposedly had to be in Lansing for a meeting. He's a councilman in Pontiac. But popular rumor has it he's in Minneapolis for the Final Four watching U of M.
I'll do that. Well, we got Greg Campy, the coach at OU, filling in for him.
Exactly. And he gets to take a look at Mike Carter here.
You know, you're going to see a lot of that throw into yourself stuff only because you can't. Included in the prop list is other people. Can't have someone throw it to you.
So you can't get the old alley-oop. Mike, real quick, coming back with that.
I don't know how you could tell on the TV screen, but he had to reach out. That ball went a little too far to the right. That took a lot of reach to get that thing into the net.
He was far away. Mike's only a sophomore too. He's 6 foot. It should be pointed out. Heck, he's been dunking in games since he was in 8th grade. Here we take a look at it again. Once again, no problem, nothing to it. He's been dunking since 8th grade. The only guy I ever heard of dunking in a game in 8th grade was, perhaps you've heard of him, his name was Chris Webber.
Yeah, and he was like about 6'8" at the time. Mike Carter is 6'1".
Exactly.
A little different.
I don't even know if he's 6'1".
I was going to say, every year we get some heights here that are just flat out lies.
Right there, you saw his body stretched out. It may have been stretched out to 5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah. You know, this is, normally you do lie about your height positively. Here, I think you do try to make yourself shorter because it's more impressive.
There we go, Scott Zach. He'll really try and get the crowd and fired up into this one.
Hey, I'm looking here at the paper here. It says about that reverse, getting that working. That worked that time off the glass.
I think it did too. Scott can bring the ball pretty down low too, in between the legs and come back and over, and he can get up pretty good too.
You know, I don't know, maybe you know this, but do you call glass when you do that on that kind of dunk?
I know I don't.
Well,
again, I don't remember ever dunking, so.
That's true. I don't remember you dunking either. We got, here's another angle at it. Pins it to the glass, takes it, and that's a tough dunk. I mean, if that's an 8-foot rim, that's a tough dunk.
That does look nice.
Paul Grant, All-State, Mr. Basketball candidate, Nike Camp, top 25 in the country. Boston College bound. If you see his shorts, he's advertising for the school today.
Exactly. You know, one of the unfair advantages, well, I guess it's an advantage because they're taller, but Zach and Grant have got to do that a little extra because they're so tall.
Right. I'll tell you.
I think that was that little extra something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that hurt him that much. I know that, Frank Carrico's glad he's 6'10". He wouldn't want him to be 6'3" or anything. He liked that 6'10". He got a lot of rebounds for him this year.
But I think as far as the crowd and the judges are concerned, here we go again.
Well,
look at 360.
If you remember last year,
Brian Burrell.
Wilson won it, but Burrell in the prelims was the star.
And then by that time he tired out. By the time he got to the finals, but he gave Theron a run for his money. You know, a lot of people thought that the competition would be down a little bit because Theron wasn't going to be here. He was up at Eastern Michigan this year. He sat out, but I don't think they've missed too much.
You see Paul Grant pretty happy with that score. Actually, I think it's better because you knew, especially without Webber in it last year, you knew Theron Wilson was the clear-cut favorite. Here, there's no clear-cut favorite at all.
Exactly.
Here's Freeman Jones, who I know was your pick to win it, from Pontiac Northern. I think I said Pontiac Central in the Open. Cy Green, his coach, of course. He's in 3rd place going into the finals.
Freeman looks like he's going to do something out of the ordinary. He's 3/4 court. He's going to get a run, a real long run.
Is he going to take off from the free throw line? He's waiting for this guy to move out of the way.
I don't know. He was talking about the free throw line earlier. So
they're having a problem with this net.
Heck, we got so many dunkers here. Someone should be able to jump up there and take the net down.
Yeah, so Hansen did it. He took care of that.
On your screen, there's Freeman. Freeman's at the other free throw line. Maybe he's going to try and take off from that free throw line.
Freeman's making us use more cameras than we wanted to use, I think.
And here he comes. Let's see where he takes off.
That is, I think, a new dunk contest record for the highest the ball has bounced off the rim. That was impressive. I think he's going to try it again.
I tell you, if that went down, there was some power. That might have bounced back up and hit him in the face before he even landed.
The crowd was just going wild.
I know, we almost got tackled over behind us. There's people jumping out of the stands. Here he comes again.
They can't wait now. They're hoping he makes it. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Heck of a lot of force on that. A heck of a lot of force. He took off from well inside the free throw line, but he got up and got down and over and you know, he's listed as 6'3", but again, he'll tell you he's 6'4", but I think he's about 6'2", to tell you the truth. Here we go.
Let's take another look at this.
Going off 2 feet, one hand, boom. Oh. I think he might have collapsed his chest with that force the ball came through like that. That hurt me.
I'll tell you, now coming up next, you see one more look at that. Great dunk, cups it, takes it behind his head. Great dunk.
You know, he had a dunk in the preliminaries.
55.8. I don't know if you guys are penalizing. I don't mean you particularly, but the judges are penalizing him for missing the first one, but that was a good dunk.
I didn't. In fact, I gave Freeman the only 10 I gave in the preliminaries. I thought he was going to hit his head on the rim one time.
Mark Chappelle, one of the guys that lies about his height. He's 6'4". He lies the other way. He might be closer to 6'5", but he wants the coach to play him at guard, so he says he's shorter than he really is. But it's going to work for him here. Oh, my! You know, the artistry of hanging on it after pulling his head almost through the rim.
I think that fools a lot of people.
Oh,
and right now, Mark needs all the breaks he can get because I think everybody felt that he got the short end of the stick from the judges in the preliminaries.
Oh, he did without a doubt. Take a look at this. He flies, spreads the legs. I got to think that.
And now he swings for about 30 seconds.
That might be the top dunk of this round so far.
I still like the preliminary one he got. And the crowd.
I mean this round. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Look at that. He's looking at his eye to eye with the rim. And again, he's 6'4". That's unbelievable.
Let's check out his score.
56.2.
Wow. That's a little low, I think, even though it's one of the higher scores. He's not happy with it.
Paul Grant had the highest this round. He had a 56.3. So.
You know, and I'll tell you, I thought that was the best. And I thought Hansen's might have been the second best.
I think those judges on the end of the table are they're a hard group. We got Joe Ballard from the Daily Tribune and Marty Budner from the Observer Eccentric and Greg Campy from OU. So write them letters.
Well, now we got the leader from the preliminaries, Aaron Brown from Groves, the MVP of the MSAA. This guy's a tremendous player. He's about 6'3", and he and Chappelle are the only two guys that are back-to-back finalists. That's why he and Chappelle came in 1-2, and that's why they were in the finals last year.
Well, he certainly tried to get the crowd into it afterward. He seemed like he was walking on here. He took a couple steps there, and I don't think he ever stopped elevating.
Oh, man, that was... Take a look at this. He gets up, takes it all the way down below his waist, pulls it around.
You know, he rocked the cradle a little bit on the way up.
Oh,
he came up and over his head after coming down the baseline.
Hangs a little, comes down nice.
Comes down with the legs spread, the hands out, ready to wave the crowd on.
We're waiting on that score as we come. That was the last guy of the first round. Now we come to the second round.
Look at that.
Woo. 55.6.
These judges are rough.
I'll tell you, it is one of those things that we're going first hurts because we mentioned Hansen went first in this round, in the first round. And he had one of the better dunks. He had a pretty good score, but I think it did hurt him a little bit. But now we're rolling along now. It won't hurt him now as he goes on his final dunk.
D. Brown action here. He's pumping up.
I'll tell you this, he better make it.
He's licking his wrist. I remember Mark Cherry did that last year from Waterford Mott and did some kind of supersonic, nasty, funky stuff.
I'll tell you, the pump is worth points to me. Too much air. Too much air.
actually, Mark Cherry, you know, 1 through 8 and the scores carry over, but Mark Cherry went from 8th all the way to 2nd last year, 2nd to Theron, and, you know, he came out of nowhere.
Oh!
So it doesn't really hurt you, no matter whether you're in 1st or 8th, you can make the move. And
Hansen just a little unlucky there with that reverse, didn't go in, but good effort by him. And being a junior, you got to look for him to be here next year.
Exactly. Maybe he'll even make it in the 3-pointer, too.
I'm sure he'll be their entrant next year in both contests.
I look like he lost the handle a little bit on the way up. Maybe that's why he was licking that wrist.
Yeah, well, you can't use stick 'em. That was another one of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And we're waiting on it. 28.4. Obviously, he missed the dunk. I think he deserves some style points. But now we got Dave Chapansky coming up from Lamphere.
I think Dave aborted that dunk a little early because if you miss, you get another one. And even if you don't dunk but the ball goes in, it counts as a dunk. So.
There it is. He knocks that down.
I think he was more worried about just making sure the ball went in that 2nd time around.
Yeah, but he, you know, good effort to get into the finals. You know, last year we had 10 finalists. This year we have 8. You know, it's a great effort just to get here, and he did some stuff in the preliminaries that were unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, that wasn't that bad of a dunk.
No.
Yeah, I think when you get to the finals, though, people get their expectations a little high.
You want the thunder and
the rim bent.
Yeah. 46.3 on that.
Our next contestant from Oakland Christian.
Mike Carter again.
Mike Carter, because he's so little, if he comes up with something here, he could leapfrog into 1st because those scores were kind of low.
So here we go with that again, the alley-oop to himself, and good thing that didn't go in. I wouldn't even try it.
Exactly. I think he was just goofing around once he got up there. Maybe, you know, I don't know how well aware of the rules these guys are.
I'm pretty sure that happened last year to somebody. They tipped it in on a shot like that.
That was Brian Burrell, but that was his 2nd attempt, so it didn't matter that it went in.
Well, here, this is the dunk he used in the preliminaries.
He's taking a chance here because it took him 2 chances last time.
Yeah, there's again these balls. You actually have to overinflate the ball.
He's only got 1 chance here.
There he got it up that time.
Well, I don't care who's judging that one. I think the scores will be high on that one. Even those guys, the Grinch is down on the end.
Oh, they've got to give him some points on that.
Just the pure timing of that, and that was the dunk he used in the preliminaries. Only had a little bit more problem getting the ball into the rim. It rattled around a little bit, but this time, as you'll see right there, boom, no doubt at all.
You know, just to bounce it without hitting the rim and still get it off the backboard is great. And he caught it perfect, came down 57. Point.
Here we go again. Look at that.
0. That's the top scoring dunk of the day so far.
But it wasn't high enough above that he'll be able to leapfrog into 1st, even though I think he deserved more than that. Because 60 is a perfect score.
Here's Zach. Oh! Turned an ankle if you're not careful there.
Look like he stretched his armpit out of socket too there, hanging on that rim.
Yeah, that's something that can happen, you know, doing that kind of dunk. Paul Grant was telling me he was practicing the reverse and it kind of pulled his side a little bit. That's why he's not going to do the reverse here. That's probably the kind of thing he did it on.
Exactly. Here we go, Scott again. And that reverse usually works for him, too. I've seen him, he got ready to try it in a game, but as he said, he was hacked in the act. Hacked in the act, so...
as opposed to getting a hoop and some harm.
Exactly. Well, he doesn't want to steal it.
Here. Okay, well, here's the first attempt. Turns, that's uncomfortable, to say the least.
That's even more uncomfortable. Ouch.
You see him, he's kind of grabbing his back
it looked like he was trying to get his balance while he was up there.
Yeah, we're going to have Paul Grant now.
Got another big guy who's got to go that extra yard to get those points.
30.4 for Zach, by the way.
Although Paul had the highest score in the 1st round of the finals. He was 4th going into the finals.
Yeah, Paul again headed for Boston College.
Exactly. He's used the backboard all 3 times. This time the bounce. Or the bounce is what I think.
You know, that's an impressive dunk, but that's where the height hurts you because it's great. I mean, it's a great dunk.
But the crowd didn't get into it. I don't know if he'll, be harmed a little bit.
I think it hurts too when they see you're a big-time college player. They expect you to. They expect a little more.
If right there, you can see that he doesn't have to extend as much as a little guy would,
right.
and maybe it is too easy for him. But it still looks nice.
Looks good.
I guess when you're 6'10 and you're hanging from the rim, it's not as impressive as when you're 6'3 like Freeman, or actually 6'2 like Freeman.
Yeah.
He won't like to hear that, but...
yeah, you know, sorry, Freeman, but got to call it the way it is.
Yeah, he goes by 6'4", though.
Okay, I guess you're about 6'6" then, aren't you?
Exactly.
What was that score? 53.1. That'll get him in the upper finishing, you know, probably in the top 4, but which is
where he was to start with. So let's see what kind of stuff Freeman decides to do here now.
Oh, you know, that was a pretty impressive way he stopped. Crowd didn't get into it too much, but it was a sudden stop and a turn.
Exactly, and again, he's not that big, and for his jumping ability, he's put down some of the best dunks I've ever seen in the game. Here we go.
That's another thing. You know, a lot of guys, you know, I could say that, you know, with Grant. Grant does some incredible in-game dunks because it's over somebody and it's kind of in their face. You know, well, at 6'10", it's just, so what? He can do it here without anybody in his face, and people forget that it's still an incredible effort.
Exactly. Same with Freeman. You know, and it goes that way with a lot of other guys. Yeah. You know, a lot of guys are good on the alley-oop dunks, such as Freeman, but you know, he can't do that here today, so it leaves up a lot for the imagination.
55.3 for Freeman, and that should keep him.
That should keep him in about
right
3rd
there.
place.
And Mark Chappelle coming up. And I'll tell you right now, Mark Chappelle and Aaron Brown are neck and neck, I think.
But
but I like that stuff. You pull up. He pulled up and slapped the board afterwards.
I guess I missed it. I was writing down my 10 on the
oh man,
on the 3x5 card.
Check out the replay when we show it. Great dunk by Chappelle. Check this out. He comes down, little cradle like we talked about with some other guys, pulls it. Look how high this guy is. Pulls himself up here, turns, and smacks the backboard.
He's treating that rim like it's a monkey bar or a pull-up bar or something. He's up there all day.
He should have done some chin-ups while he was up there.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Look at that. Leg spread. Boom.
Now we got the last dunk coming up right here.
He could have cleaned the backboard while he was up there.
56.7.
That's still Carter's 57 is the top score.
That's the second top dunk. Now we're on the final dunk of the day. Aaron Brown from Groves, and Aaron's going to have to.
He's going to need something solid to hold off Chappelle.
Oh, now he's got one last chance.
Well, you want drama, you want excitement. Here it is. It's all down to one dunk.
One final shot. It's all the marbles, all those other cliches. We haven't got time to go over them all right now.
Exactly. We don't want to hear them anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You can read them in the paper tomorrow, right?
Hopefully not.
Well, not your paper. Somebody's. Oh! Yeah, I think. Well,
it's going to be Mark Chappelle as the winner now.
It should. Yeah, it looks like it. That's unofficially. We got Chappelle as the winner. We'll wait for the final scores to come in. Yep. But great effort by Aaron Brown. Wait on that final score from him.
It looks like we're going to have Chappelle first and Freeman Jones second. We might as well.
See, Aaron, great effort. Bounces off the back. Great try, though. You know, he was doing great up till then.
Exactly.
Give him a lot of credit. The guy, you know, he's not real tall. 6'2". That gets a legit 6'2".
Right there. Look at he pinned it on the front of the rim and then hit it off the heel. So
just doesn't have big enough hands really to hold on to it. Great effort, though. He ends up with a 30.9, and you see the judges filling out their scorecards.
Those judges down there on the end were the ones that were so tough. So those were kind of like the Grinch guys.
There you see Marty Budner was helping us out last year, and there's Aaron Brown. A little disappointed, but a great effort anyway. And we'll be right back with the awards presentation here on United Artists.
Le mouton est blanc. Répétez.
Le mouton est blanc.
A few years ago, TCI brought cable television to Fergus County, Montana.
Great radicchio.
Residents report Fergus County hasn't been the same place since.
Hot enough for you, Red?
Well, actually, Merle, recent meteorological trends do appear to validate suppositions about global warming. Fill her up.
And we're back, and we're going to go to Dave Zorn with the awards presentation.
And the finishers in the three-point contest, the top 6. P.J. McAloon in 6th place. A tie. In fourth place, with Thomas McGee and Wade Crawford. In third place, Ryan Fox. In second place, Matt Lohman. And the first place finisher, the winner of the three-point contest, Hassani Gardner. Let's hear it for all of our three-point finalists.
As you see the finalists and the winners, Hassani Gardner from Southfield, the overall champion in the three-point shootout. And in a moment, we're going to have the champions from the slam dunk contest. I think that'll be in about 10, 15 seconds from now. But again, we'll just go over real quick. You know, Hassani Gardner from Southfield follows Jasper Ocampo, who won it the first year. Gardner with a score of 19. Now we're going to go to Dave Zorn with the slam dunk champions.
Top six. In sixth place, with a total of 141.8, Aaron Brown. In fifth place, with a total of 150 even, Dave Shapansky. In fourth place, with a total of 161.7, Mike Carter. In third place, with a total of 162.2, Paul Grant. In second place, with a total of 164.9, Freeman Jones. And the winner of our slam dunk final with 166.8 points, Mark Chappelle. Let's hear it for all of our slam dunk finalists. And the Troy Community Coalition thanks all of you for attending today's contest. Thank you, and drive safely.
And there you see the finalists. Again, Mark Chappelle from Southfield Lathrop, the slam dunk champ. We'll be right back, try to get a word with the winners.
Who wrote the book out loud? Tell me.
Actually, you wrote the book on growing up. What they're going through only looks different from what you went through, and there's a lot you can share with them. So before your kids make important decisions, like smoking, talk to them. Help them decide not to smoke.
Everybody needs help talking to their kids sometimes. Call for your free booklet on how parents can talk to their teenagers about smoking and other tough issues. The Family Course Consortium believes smoking shouldn't be a part of growing up.
Back here at Troy Athens, and the winners of the slam dunk and three-point competition make it an all Southfield affair. First, the three-point champ, Hassani Gardner from Southfield, had it going there, got 19 points, easily enough to win the contest.
Well, you know, I was just trying to stay on rhythm, and every time I missed, you know, I would try to recuperate and try to fix whatever adjustments I had to make, and it came out right for me.
Were you doing a lot of work during the week getting ready for this contest?
Not really. I was trying to concentrate on my books during the week, but yesterday I did a little shooting, but that's about it, just one day.
Just come out, try to relax, have a good time, and win it all.
Just relax and have a good time.
All right, I'm Mark Chappelle. You were a finalist in the dunk contest last year. I kind of picked you to win it this year. Another senior from Southfield Lathrop. Some great dunks. I know you had to be a little nervous there watching that final round.
Oh, yeah. Well, before going into the final round, I started off kind of shaky with my first dunk. I thought it was a good dunk, but I didn't get the score I would hope for. So after I kind of got the jitters out and got loose with it, I started to experiment and see what the judges were going for as far as everybody else dunking. I kind of just put my last couple of dunks together around that, and it worked out. I won.
All right, I want you to explain this one dunk where you're hanging on here and smacking the backboard after you're done. You trying to get a little more of the crowd into it?
Well, yeah, and that dunk right there, that was the first time I ever had attempted a reverse dunk in any kind of a dunk contest, because I don't like really reverse dunks. They're kind of scary to me. And, you know, the judges were given high scores earlier for reverse dunks, and they wanted to combine, you know, with some distance behind it. So kind of went out there, said a little prayer, went to it, and luckily I got it down. And I just, after I felt it going down, I was hanging on the rim like, yes, this is the way to go.
All right, and I guess that prayer was answered, and slam dunk champion Mark Chappelle, three-point contest champion Hassani Gardner, both guys from Southfield, Hassani from Southfield High, Mark from Southfield Lathrop. And I guess next year we'll have 2 new champions as both guys are seniors. And that'll about do it here from Troy, Athens. For Wayne Wilson, I'm Joe Abramson. See you later. Thank you, everybody.